It turns out your ex has been worried about you finding out something they weren't ready for you to know yet. But here's what went down one night. They reached out to a mutual friend because they were planning something special for you. Let's look at it like this angel says: when we worry about someone, it shows we really care. We think about them because we want them to be okay. This can make us do things like talking to friends who can help, or do something nice for the person we care about. Have you ever stopped to think about what your ex might think of you now? It's not a common thing to wonder, but here's why it matters. Your ex has something planned that could be a big deal for your future. Maybe there are things from when you were together that you didn't notice but are important now. Your ex was really concerned that night. They didn't want you to find out too soon. But it's not about keeping secrets, it's actually something good and could change things for the better for you. If you keep an open mind, especially if you've been trying to forget about them, you might find out something amazing. What happened that night is still important, and your ex's worry shows there was more going on than just regular stuff. Here's the big news: your ex was making plans with a friend. Plans that could be awesome for you. Being curious and ready to explore new things could really pay off. The hints about what was being planned are hidden in your past, and figuring them out could really brighten your future. Talking about an ex usually brings up tough feelings, but this time it's different. Your guardian angels want you to know there's nothing bad intended here. Your ex was actually planning something nice, maybe not too long ago, or it could even have been a long time back. How does it make you feel to realize that something from a past relationship might be key to something great ahead? Worrying is a common human experience, especially when we face uncertainties or feel threatened in some way. This concern can relate to simple everyday issues, or it can escalate to major anxieties about health, finances, or personal relationships. Particularly on the eve of a significant event, our nerves can get the better of us. And that's when we might find ourselves most consumed by worry. During such times, it's not unusual to seek comfort or advice from friends or family, reaching out to those we trust to help us navigate through our storm of worries. This is where the concept of social support comes into play, emphasizing the vital role our social network plays in our overall well-being. Having a reliable support system is crucial because it provides us with emotional sustenance, valuable information, and practical assistance when needed. For example, when your ex reached out to a mutual friend, they were essentially tapping into their social network to help manage their concerns. This action is not just about seeking advice, but also about reinforcing their emotional grounding by connecting with someone who understands their perspective. Attachment theory delves deeper into this idea by examining how our early relationships with caregivers set the foundation for how we relate to stress and interpersonal relationships later in life. Those who experience stable and secure early relationships are generally more adept at managing stress and are likely to seek support in direct and healthy ways. They tend to communicate their needs clearly and are comfortable asking for help, trusting their support network to respond positively. Conversely, individuals who had less secure attachments might struggle more with direct requests for help. They may fear rejection or judgment, and therefore might adopt more indirect methods of seeking support. This could involve hinting at their problems instead of stating them outright, or engaging in behaviors that draw attention to their needs without verbalizing them. While this method may occasionally be effective, it often leads to misunderstandings and a lack of the clear support they genuinely need. Understanding these dynamics is essential, not only for personal development, but also for enhancing the quality of our relationships. Recognizing the importance of direct communication in building and maintaining strong, healthy relationships is key. When people express their worries and needs openly, it fosters an environment of trust and mutual respect. It allows for deeper connections and more effective problem solving, as all parties clearly understand the issues at hand and can work collaboratively towards a resolution. Furthermore, as we grow and evolve, our ability to manage stress and communicate effectively can also be improved by actively developing our emotional intelligence. This involves becoming more aware of our own emotional states and those of others, and learning to navigate our interactions with empathy and understanding. For instance, if someone is going through a stressful time, recognizing their emotional cues and responding with kindness and support can make a significant difference. Expanding our social networks to include a diverse range of supportive relationships can also enhance our resilience. Each person in our network can offer different perspectives and strengths, which can be particularly valuable when facing various challenges. Cultivating these relationships requires effort and consistency, but the rewards, increased support, varied insights, and greater emotional security are well worth it. Moreover, in today's digital age, we have more tools at our disposal to maintain and strengthen our social connections. Whether through social media, messaging apps, or video calls, technology provides numerous avenues to stay connected with our support network, even across distances. This accessibility can be a double-edged sword, however, as the convenience of digital communication sometimes leads to less meaningful interactions. Therefore, balancing online interactions with face-to-face connections is crucial to maintain the depth and quality of our relationships. In summary, worrying is a part of life, but how we handle it can greatly affect our mental health and the quality of our relationships. By understanding the psychological foundations laid by our early attachments and striving towards secure, open, and supportive interactions, we can better manage stress and foster a supportive, connected social environment. Social media can make it easy to send indirect messages through public posts or status updates that might really be meant for just one person. But this can also lead to misunderstandings or even public disagreements because everyone can see these messages. Online platforms do provide spaces for more private conversations, which offer a good way to discuss things without the public watching. Relying only on indirect communication can cause confusion and trust issues. It's better to try and have direct, understanding conversations whenever you can. Having a strong group of supportive friends can really help with this. If it feels too hard to talk directly, getting help from a mutual friend or a mediator can make the conversation easier. They can guide the discussion in a positive direction, understand the situation and what's at stake. Check if you can talk directly with the person involved. If not, seek support from friends or a professional. When you do talk, use kind words and listen carefully. After the conversation, reflect on how it went and think about what you might change for next time. By understanding why we sometimes choose indirect ways to communicate and the problems that can come from it, we can get better at managing our relationships, making our social circles more connected and supportive. This idea helps us see how indirect and direct communication affects relationships and suggests better ways to communicate. My dear viewers, show your support by giving a super thanks up to $20.